Good morning, sisters and brothers. Thank you for coming. In 1943, Danish fishermen transported 8,000 Jews to the safety of Sweden and rescued 99% of Denmark's Jewish population from deportation and death in Nazi concentration camps. In 1955, Rosa Parks refused to give up her seat at the front of the bus and launched a national movement to stop legal discrimination against African Americans. In 2003, the women of Liberia forced an end to 14 years of civil war through sit-ins, silent vigils, and nonviolent blockades. In recent months, nonviolent mass protests in Tunisia and Egypt have forced the collapse of dictatorial regimes. These are all examples of nonviolent direct action. Nonviolent direct action is confrontational, it's noisy, sometimes it's a little chaotic. It involves breaking established rules. It confronts injustice and achieves social transformation without bloodshed. At the end of June, I think it's 40 Canadians will be setting sail for Gaza on a boat called Tahrir, which means liberation. They are confronting an injustice through nonviolent direct action, the siege of Gaza, an act of collective punishment, which has reduced 1.5 million people to abject poverty. One of those Canadians who will be going is Harmeet Singh. He and I got to know each other a little bit in some unusual circumstances. It was in Baghdad. We had been kidnapped together. We were members of a 4-person delegation, Christian Peacemaker team delegation. We were held for 4 months. One member of our group, an American Quaker man named Tom Fox, was killed. This will be Harmeet's second attempt to enter the occupied territories. In 2008, he was apprehended upon his arrival in Tel Aviv. He had told the Israeli authorities that he was here to do human rights work, and that's why he wanted to go to Palestine. He was assaulted. He was refused access to Canadian consular assistance. He was detained and deported. Harmeet is a man of the highest integrity. He believes in nonviolence. He believes in justice for all people. I must confess that I'm a little nervous about Harmeet and John and the other 40 Canadians who will be traveling on the Tahrir. Last year, in violation of international law, Israeli Defense Forces boarded the Mavi Marmara in international waters. They killed 9 people and injured dozens more. Harmeet and the other Canadian delegates are seeking a nonviolent transformation of the Middle East conflict. They are risking their lives to do this. I call upon Stephen Harper to work for the protection of this nonviolent civilian initiative. As our Prime Minister, I ask him to remind the Israeli government of its obligations under international law, to tell them the Canadian government will be watching closely and that he will not accept acts of violence against non-violent civilians who are following their conscience. I call upon Prime Minister Harper to have the courage of the Danish fishermen, of Rosa Parks, of the women of Liberia, of the people of Tunisia and Egypt. I call upon him to stand up for nonviolent transformation in the Middle East by supporting this nonviolent initiative for peace.